Hello, chitlins. We are going to have a fantastic talk today about Tourette's. Yes. You knew it was going to come. Even if you didn't know it was going to come. It's going to come because I have Tourette's and I'm fucking tired of not talking about it and pretending that I'm normal. Because I'm not. I make fucking weird noises with my mouth. I make weird noises with my nose. I clicking my fingers. I roll my eyes. I have twitches that make my face look like a demon elf. And I swear, surprise, I have coprolalia. And guess what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I am finally becoming comfortable with the fact that I have a neurological disorder that causes me to twitch. And I'm happy about it now. I mean, of course, no one wants Tourette's. But it's something that, it's a lifelong disease. And the people who are diagnosed with Tourette's, they're young most of the time. I mean, you can be diagnosed with Tourette's at any point in your life. But I was diagnosed with Tourette's when I was very young. I didn't understand it at all. I didn't know what was causing it. I didn't know what it was. Like, why do I feel the need to make this sound with my teeth and my tongue? But it just makes me feel better doing it. I was so young. No one took the time to actually explain it to me. And when they did, it still didn't make sense. You know, normal people don't, like, fidget all the time. I'm always moving. I have Tourette syndrome, which extends into ADHD and OCD and bipolar. Believe it or not, these are all connected. Anyone with any one of these issues can be affected by the other issues, and you are more at risk to be affected by these issues. So if you have depression or bipolar or anxiety, you are at risk. If you have anxiety, you are at risk for any type of phobia because it's like a subset of anxiety. These are all subsets of each other. Chances are if you have one thing, you're bound to have at least one other thing. Lucky me, I got 4. It sucks. You know what helps? Canna. Canna is the only medication I have ever taken, I've ever used, that not only calms my anxiety, calms my urges, and calms my physical tics. I have taken, I believe, 3 different medications that they usually prescribe for people with Tourette's, and none have helped. One made me very fat. And it seemed like a waste. It's growing up with lots of disorders. Unfortunately, you're over medicated a lot. You're taken advantage of because you're a child and you don't know what's wrong with you, and your parents are trying to do your best. So it's really hard. And it contributed to me not wanting to accept the fact that I had Tourette's. As an adult. I wanted to say that I had tardive dyskinesia, which is caused by atypical antipsychotics, commonly used for treatment of bipolar. But it's not that. And I can't blame that medication anymore. And realizing that I can't blame something for my disorder that I have was what jarred me into reality. I can't stop it. And it's funny, kind of, I guess, now it is, because I'm ticking, and the person next to me is probably getting annoyed. But if you were to say something, I would be mortified. We like to pretend that it's not happening. So if you just pretend like it's not happening, then that's good. It's really good to pretend that it's not happening. And if a person wants to tell you, like, hey, I have Tourette's, this is why I tick, don't say, oh, I was wondering. Don't say that. Don't, please, because it makes things weird. And they're going to be like, oh, wow, they've been thinking about this. Jesus Christ, it must be really annoying. And that makes the tics worse. Do you know that anxiety makes tics worse? Wow, that's crazy. It's insanity. No, that's not what I'm looking for. The hardest part of having Tourette's is someone who doesn't understand when you don't understand yourself. When I was diagnosed with Tourette's, I didn't know what it was. My parents didn't even know what it was. My father kept asking me why I kept growling. And I was so ashamed. I was so embarrassed. What do you do? Because it's the first time someone brought it up to me after the diagnosis. No one had ever told me anything about my tics. No one had ever mentioned anything about them. With me doing them all the time, no one had said anything. And I'm not blaming my parents at all. My parents are amazing people. They did everything that they could for me to the best of their ability, and I don't blame them for any of this. I blame doctors for mistreating and abusing their privileges. You can't tell a 7-year-old that she's got Tourette's and send her out the door. So no one explained it to my family. We were living in the dark. It wasn't until I was about 20, 21 years old, no, maybe 19, that my mother asked me to try another thing for Tourette's, another medication to help fix Tourette's. I can't remember what it was called. And it didn't work. I tried it. I really did. Tried it earnestly for months. I didn't notice a change. So, this is my life. And because the way that doctors treated me as I was growing up, I never thought to research more about this disorder. I was happily diagnosed with my bipolar disorder, and I went on with life, and I thought that was it, and I just thought everything that happened was part of my bipolar, and the side effect from that one medication that caused this tardive dyskinesia, and boom, motherfucker, surprise. It's Tourette's still. It's still Tourette's. It was Tourette's as much as it was when I was 7. It's Tourette's today. I've been living with Tourette's for over 20 years. Yeah. About an hour and a half before I took this video, I ingested a high dose of CBD tincture made with CO2 oil. And for a good half hour to an hour, I felt no tics. Yes, I'm crying. For those who don't know, ticking is a neurological disorder that, of course, causes the users to twitch, and it's not considered incontrollable twitching. It's considered involuntary tics and not involuntary tics, because the feeling that comes with comes right before I tick is it's like when your legs fall asleep or when your feet fall asleep and you just wake up and you got that pins and needles feeling. I feel that all over my body. Mostly localized where the tick is about to take place. People with Tourette's feel as if they have a conscious effort in allowing these ticks to happen, and in a way they do. In a way we do. We can keep them in. And we do keep them in. But it just makes them worse when we do let them out, because we can't keep them in forever. And the longer we keep them in, the worse it gets. And in that way, it makes you feel like a failure. Because you can't control your body in what it does. And I'm 26 years old. You know, there's a point in your life where you're like, it's kind of too late to even attempt to treat stuff. And I used this tincture one time, and it made my tics stop. It made that feeling go away for like 45 minutes. I'm gonna cry. Not all of my tics are brought in with a feeling, like a response that I can let them out or not. Some, they just happen, and I don't even, it's gotten, I guess, maybe to the point where I just stopped registering them. My body stopped fighting them. I stopped noticing when I do them, and it's just not something that I consciously think about anymore. No one talks about them. It's a nice feeling, but there are a lot of tics that I do feel that urge for, and they're usually the most embarrassing tics. So kind of imagine in your head that you can't help but tell your most embarrassing memories at the weirdest times. Like at the most inopportune times, you begin blabbing about your most mortifying memories. And you can't stop yourself. But you know you can stop yourself from talking. So you can stop talking, but every time you open your mouth, it starts happening again. So what do? Do you completely stop talking? Or do you try to fix yourself in some way? Try to find relief in any fucking way you can? I think that's the problem with a lot of neurological disorders and mental disorders, is because you can't see them, you don't realize the pain they're going through. You can't see my Tourette's. You can see me twitching, but you can't see what's happening in here. You can't see why I would cry over not being able to over not twitching for 45 minutes. I spent 2 decades twitching, constantly moving, just constantly moving. And I'm just, for like 45 minutes I felt no urge to tick. So what do? We keep quiet. We don't talk, unfortunately. A lot of us choose not to talk because they're afraid of what people are gonna say. What people are gonna fucking make fun of them and make jokes about them, and people they think that they thought they cared about, they're not gonna realize what they say has that much of an impact on us. So they're gonna say it, and they're gonna mean nothing or mean well, and they don't realize that they just basically stab you in the heart. It'd be like my father getting a "What do we want? A cure for Tourette's. When do we want it? Fuck!" t-shirt and wearing it around me. It's like sticking your boobs in the face of a woman that just had a bilateral mastectomy. You there's certain things that people do to people with mental illnesses that they would never do to anyone else. Which is weird, because people with mental illnesses really actually do need to be coddled more. And people treat them in the exact opposite way. I'm not going to make this video so I can show you guys how I twitch and, look at me, poor me, pay attention, look, I look cute, and I twitch. This disease fucking sucks. And it's something that we live with every fucking day. Of every fucking second. Oh, God. And I know there are people out there that don't have Tourette's that understand this feeling. You people with straight up OCD, you people with ADHD, you people with any neurological disorders, mental disorders, you fucking know what I'm talking about. Just because we don't bleed the same fucking color blood does not mean that I don't know your struggle. How'd you like that for a fucked up cliche? I need people to be there for me. I need people to be there for people who have Tourette's. I need people to realize that this disease is not a fucking joke to put on a t-shirt. That it's a fucking prison. That people fucking go crazy trying to find reprieve from this. As little as you think it is, as annoying as you think those twitches are, think about it. Every second of every day, constantly moving, constantly feeling like you have pins and needles in your body, going crazy, because you need to move these pieces, these parts of your body. And I'm done hiding it. I'm done hiding it. I am proud to have Tourette's. And I know, at least for now, there's no cure for it. But I'm not gonna let it fucking define me. I will say this to anyone who will listen. Cannabis has changed my life. It's changed the way I see things. It's changed the way I feel things. It's changed the way I eat. It changed the way I've dressed. It's changed my entire life. And I believe in this stuff. And I support pushing it until we find ways to make cannabis work in almost any way we want. Because I know it can. And we're getting there, because I just bought a tincture that made me not feel like I was on fire for 45 minutes. So that's something, right? That's fucking something. Wow. Let's discuss little things. Like, what are my tics? I'm gonna show you guys all my fucking tics. Well, I'm gonna try. Because there's some that I do that I don't know. And since everyone around me knows better to bring it up than to bring it up, they don't tell me, so who knows? Of course, the sniffle, which is... But there's also one that goes along with this, okay? And this is called a complex motor tic, which means that it involves more than one thing. Like, you gotta do several tics at once. So, the sniffing is a tic. This is a tic. But sometimes they like to get together and party, and it becomes this. And I usually have to do it 4 times. Just that one, though. Just that one. I don't have, like, a set time for, or a set amount of tics for each one. It's all different. But each one has a set amount of time. There's that one. There's, I'm biting. I bite the inside of my lips. Which is really, honestly, why I took out my oral piercings, because of my tics. My tics forced one of my teeth in the front to break because I was forcing one of my piercings against it. So that's why I don't smile right now. You can't really see it, but you can. You can in my head. That's one of my, which is, and usually that's accompanied with, that's another one, that's a very prevalent one. This, it's just something that I used to do as a teenager, and sometimes I can do it really fast and I'm just rubbing, but usually it's I just have to touch it. I don't know why. I'm constantly moving my toes, which you can't see that, but just imagine tapping your toes. Fixing my hair, I think, is more of a nervous habit than a tic. But fixing my glasses, you don't realize this, but fixing my glasses and turning my head like this is a tic. Because I don't fix my glasses and go like this. I fix my glasses and go like this. And it's funny because, people are like, oh, I do that. That's no big deal. No, you don't, though. You don't. You don't do it to this degree. I'm showing you these tics, and because I'm talking and I'm so, I'm directing my passion in a different direction, I'm able to not feel the urge to continue doing them for this time being. When I turn off the camera, my tics are going to go crazy. But I do them, like, that specific one, this one, I have to do, like, 4 or 5 times. So it's not just me fixing my glasses and adjusting my hair. It's me, I have to do this and do this. It's a neck tilt. And it's weird. And most people don't realize it because they only see me do it once, or they'll see me do it a couple times and they'll just assume it's because my hair's in my face, which is why I keep my hair in my face, by the way, because it looks normal when I start ticking. Right? Oh my god, what? Man, just letting go all of her secrets. Shit. Do you like my pug shirt? It's awesome. I do other things, and I don't want to talk about them. When I get mad, I say shit. Like, shit! It's really weird. And I just, like, relatively recent discovery of the coprolalia. When I get very angry, it comes out. Fuck. That wasn't coprolalia or anything. That was just me saying fuck. Or maybe it was coprolalia. How do you know? Oh gosh. When I was younger, I used to just walk around like this. Apparently, this is a twitch. I always wanted to flip people off, which is coprolaxia, I believe. That's actually becoming a twitch. After I say something to someone, like, that's what I do. It's weird. Oh, goodness. I don't know. I don't know if I have, like, I don't have noticeable twitches in my arms and legs or anything that I've paid attention to or have been weird enough for me to really realize they're a tic or anything. But, yeah. So, those are a couple of my tics. And they do change. They change with the season. Oh, I didn't let you hear my, my vocal ones. Oh, my system's crooked. Forever crickets. That's one of them. And sorry, ticking out. Okay, so that kind of happens sometimes. One, when you hold it in a lot, and I guess probably when you're trying to show people your tics, you probably took that. Yeah, that probably is what triggered it. And that is like when you have no fucking control of what's happening. It's just, you gotta do it. You have to do it. There's nothing, it's just, you do. That's the thing. You feel like you have conscious control over this, but you don't. Your body, you just have to fucking do it. It's like a prison. In that way. But yeah. I fucking am okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm not a fucking punchline. I'm not a fucking joke. I'm not weird. Well, I'm fucking weird. I'm happy to be weird. I'm happy to be fucking crazy. What the fuck is normal anyway these days? Trust me, I'd rather stay away from normal. I'm happy. And I'm here to fucking talk. I'm here to fucking push my goddamn agenda. You know, I figure I have followers. I need to fucking talk about something. I need to talk about my Tourette's, and I need to talk about shit that's important to me. Because I would be doing everyone a dishonor if I just sat here and smoked all the time with silly jokes and nice edits and, you know, songs and whatnot, and friends. But in reality, all those people that you see in my videos, they put up with my Tourette's every single day. Oh my goodness, I don't have any hair ties. They put up with my Tourette's every single day. Well, not all of them, but the ones, you know, that I hang out with, they all know. They all deal with me out in public while I'm twitching. They don't care. And that's what you need to do. If it's a stranger and they're twitching out in public, you don't fucking stare at them. You don't ask them if they're alright, either. Just leave them be. Tics are tics. We can't control them, and we can't control your reaction to them. So if you act like a dick, it's twice the amount of bullshit that we have to deal with. See that? And I'm happy that we are in a society that I am able to speak out about this. And that there are people out there who know about this kind of disorder, these disorders, and they know and they have it. It affects their own lives. And they make medicine for people. And they don't make medicine to make money. They don't say, I'm all about the patient. Okay, that's $90 a gram. And it's nice to be around a place that I can find that. And I hope that soon everyone can be more free like that. And I hope, of course, Michigan has a long way to come before any of this stuff comes remotely where I would love to have it. But I'm happy that I can talk to someone on the internet that has Tourette's and see how they are in their life and realize that I'm not a fucking special snowflake. Everyone that has Tourette's has tics, and it's nice to kind of see other people that do. Although it's really easy to take on other people's tics. Another surprise for people who have no fucking clue how Tourette's works. Everyone that does know how Tourette's work, you know what up. So sorry if any of you pick up my tics. I'm really sorry, because I have picked up tics from YouTube videos before as well. Yeah. I have Tourette's, and I'm okay with it. Woo! You should fucking be okay with it too, and you should probably educate yourself on it a little bit. It doesn't hurt to read. You know, it's really easy, because, like, even my phone, I can just look at it and say, okay, Google. See? I got it. I didn't want to show you guys, but yeah. It's off, and I just say, okay, Google. And, of course, I'm super paranoid, so I actually usually keep that off, but I turned it on today. Paranoid conspiracy theorist. We'll save that for another video. But it's so easy to Google something. Even if it's Wikipedia, just fucking read. Read about it. You'd be surprised. It's a pretty fucking cool disorder. And the people who are affected with it, you know, I can't help but say, you know, I got fucking respect for you guys. You guys are living your life with Tourette's no matter what, you know. The fact that people even go outside with it, you know, it's a big fucking deal. And I think that should be recognized. I think people with Tourette's need a fucking huge pat on the back. And for going outside. Because you guys know what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I love that there's a fucking place for people like me on the fucking internet. Because of course there is. Shit. See? It happened! Oh. I'm okay with it because I know that there are going to be people who watch this video and they're going to be like, hell yeah! Fuck yeah, I know what she's talking about. And for those people who watch it that don't use cannabis and have Tourette's, I urge you to look into cannabis and look into how it works and look into CBD, because if you don't want to get all high and everything, you want to, you know, eventually you're going to realize that you need THC, but don't worry, there are things out there that are high CBD, and CBD doesn't get you high. Doesn't have any psychoactive properties. You're not going to get all, woohoo, there's no euphoria. What's stopping you from taking it now? It's 100% legal. In all states. CBD. Try it out. And for those of you that have Tourette's that do use cannabis, fuck yeah, dude! We finally found something! Praise Jesus! I'm sorry if that offended anyone. I'm sorry if that offended anyone. But yeah, I'm done rambling, and I'm done fucking ticking for you guys, because I want to go smoke bad stuff, like a cigarette. And I have to go, you know, be a human being downstairs with my family, because I've been recording for, like, a while. Alright? Have a good fucking day, guys, and fuck yeah, Tourette's! Fuck yeah, cannabis!